welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing the mid-year book freakout tag. So let's chat about some books, okay? This is my very first time doing the mid-year book freakout tag. Yeah, I am 30 books away from finishing my goal of the year, so I thought I should do this. It seems like fun. Also, books. Any excuse to talk about books is fine with me. So the first question is, best book you've read so far in 2019? And for me, that is Eliza and Her Monsters. Oh my gosh, I love this book. I read this book in February and I give it 5 stars, and it hit me deep in the feels, and it made me feel all the feels, and I remember it very vividly. I think I will continue to love this book forever. It's so good. I would recommend it if you're curious about this book. It is about a girl named Eliza who is the author of this super famous webcomic, but nobody knows that she's the author of this super famous webcomic. And then she meets this boy who is a super fan of this super famous webcomic, and things happen. When things are revealed, things happen. And it's good, and I love it. Caution, it gets deep, but it's good. The next question is best sequel you've read so far in 2019. This one was a little tricky for me because I haven't read that many sequels in 2019. I've read lots of really good continuations of stories, but there were too many continuations of stories and companion novels and like a lot that I could have gone with that I absolutely adored. So to narrow it down, I literally went with just the sequels. So the best sequel that I have read in 2019 is The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, literally this book and the rest of the series could be counted as the best because I have adored this series from the beginning, and this sequel was the best sequel that I have read this year, in my opinion. The other ones were not bad. They were okay. But this one I loved, probably because I really love the story. It would not leave my mind. And I love Greek mythology. The Odyssey is one of my favorite stories of all time. Have the Odyssey. Probably can't see it, but I have the Odyssey. And I don't know what else to say. This was my favorite sequel that I have read this year. The next question is, what is a new release that you haven't read but want to? There are quite a few new releases that I haven't read that I want to read this year, but I think my number one on that list is definitely King of Fools by Amanda Foody. I absolutely loved Ace of Shades, and I'm very excited to read this book. It hasn't been the right time yet, but I know I'm probably gonna gush about it for a long time after I do end up reading it. So I'm really excited that I have this so that when the time is right, I can just dive right in. The next question is, what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? I have 2 most anticipated releases. Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. Yeah, I read Carry On earlier this year, like 2 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, and absolutely fell in love. So of course I just am dying to know what happens to them, and I need to know more about them. The other one is The Tyrant's Tomb. I do not see my Rick Riordan and his Olympians obsession ending anytime soon, and I'm pretty sure by the time this book is released, I will be, if not completely ready to read it, almost ready to read it, like almost done, because I'm probably definitely 100% going to start reading The Trials of Apollo after I finish Heroes of Olympus. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having that book because I can probably guarantee that I will not be ready to be done by that time or have to wait. So I'm really excited to see where it's going because I already love Apollo and I'm already interested in him for multiple reasons. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to reading that series and having that book so that I don't have to wait for it. The next question is the biggest disappointment of 2019. An Abundance of Catherines. I really wanted this book to change my mind. It didn't. I wanted it to change my mind that John Green is an author that I want to love his stuff so much. But they're good. They are good books. I can't really say anything bad about this book. It's just I didn't connect with it at all and I didn't care. It was like a 2.65 for me, so I rounded up on Goodreads and gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. But, Next question, the biggest surprise. Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I think that's how you say your name. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Yeah, this was definitely my biggest surprise of 2019. I was actually legitimately scared to read this book because I had been hearing about it forever. And I really wanted to like it, and I did. And that's not the surprising part. It was not at all what I was expecting. It was way better. I was reading it in public and I was like, what? Did not see that coming. That was definitely the biggest surprise of 2019. Next question, your new favorite author, either an author who's making a debut or a new to you favorite author. This one is a new to me favorite author. Bet you can't guess where this is going. Rick Riordan. Oh my gosh, dudes. I do not know why I haven't read any of his books so far, because I'm loving every single one that I have read so far. And I'm on Heroes of Olympus, and it's great. I'm so looking forward to reading the rest of his books, and I'm so looking forward to potentially loving the rest of his books. Oh, I hope I love the rest of his books. I'm sure I will. He's a great writer. I love it. I love it so much. He's so good. Next question is newest fictional crush. I'm changing that to newest fictional squish. I don't get crushes, I get squishes, and my newest fictional squish is Baz. Oh my gosh, Baz! I love Baz so much. Dudes, he's so extra. And he is so sweet, and I love him so much, and I'm so excited to see more of Baz later. Holy crap. I have, like, the biggest squish on Baz. Oh my gosh. I love him so much. Next question is newest favorite fictional character. Yeah, hands down, my newest favorite character is Nico D'Angelo. Oh my goodness, guys. No, I knew I was gonna love Nico before I even started reading these books, because I started seeing things about him everywhere online, and I was like, okay, whoa, I don't want to get spoiled for this, but I need to know more about this character, because what I am seeing so far, I am loving. And yeah, no, I love Nico D'Angelo. I have the biggest squish on him too, but I knew he was gonna be my favorite character, so I saved him for favorite character, and I love him so much. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I started reading the Percy Jackson books. I needed to know who Nico is. I love Nico. Next one is a book that made you cry. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Why did I think it would be a good idea to read this book? It literally says they both die at the end. I was 3 pages in and I was like, it was a bad decision to read this book. But I read it and I loved it. And yes, it made me cry. I cried during and after for quite a while. And this book, guys, it's so good, yet so sad. So sad. Next question, a book that made me happy. That's Girls of Magic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If you can't tell by this monstrous cheese on my face, oh my gosh, this cheesy smile of mine. This book makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Oh, it made me happy before I even read it. It's a book about my OTP. And I mean that, like, they are my OTP. I know people have like OTPs for every fandom that they're in or every book that they read. This is my OTP, like my one true pairing over any couple. I will automatically say these two are my favorite. I love them so much. So reading this book literally about them and their adventure together was like, oh my gosh. I didn't stop smiling the whole time. Okay, well there were a couple moments where you know you're not smiling, but like every time I think about them, I smile. So every time I think about this book, I smile, and it just brings me so much joy. So much joy. Oh my gosh. I love this book. The next question is the most beautiful book that you bought or received this year. I have quite a lot of beautiful books, but there's one that both Caleb and I agree is the most beautiful one that I have gotten this year. Kingsbane by Claire Legrand. This book is gorgeous. I love everything about this cover. I love the white and the red. Like, I am just living for this. Like, this, to me, is beautiful. I love it so much. These are my colors. The colors of both of these books are just my colors. Like, I am here for this, and I love it so much. So yeah, this is definitely the most beautiful book that I have gotten in 2019. I'm also currently reading this book really slowly because I'm also reading Heroes of Olympus. Whoop, falling over. So yeah, I'm like in the middle of this book, almost the middle of this book, and I am loving it. And the last question for today is, what books do I still have left to read before the end of the year? I still need to read, for my goal, 3 classics, and I've only picked out what one of those classics is going to be, so I still need to find 2 other classics that I want to read. Well, figure out which other 2 classics I want to read. I know one classic I really want to read this year, so I need to read 3 classics by the end of the year. I would like to also have read all of my sequels of the books that I read last year, this year, that I have so far. Kingsbane, King of Fools, Shadow and Flame. I think that's the Onyx and Ivory sequel name. You know, just like all those sequels that I haven't read yet. And I would also really like to read the rest of Rick Riordan's Olympians Greek mythology books, because I really like Greek mythology, and I really like Rick Riordan's writing, and I need to know more. That is it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me freak out over all the books that I have. Well, not all of them. Ooh, no, not all of them. Some of the books that I have read this year, and some things that I'm looking forward to for the rest of the year. If you guys did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below some books that you are currently freaking out over. Also, don't forget to go check out my other socials, because there's definitely more freaking out going on over there. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because next week I'm finally going to show you guys a more in-depth version of my bookshelf. Next week is my bookshelf tour. So if you're interested in knowing why some of my books are sideways, then stick around for next week. And until then, I hope you guys have an amazing week and an amazing life. And I will see you guys next Saturday. Bye!